Nothing on the side. Mayfeld fell down. Hello my friends, and welcome to Player Display, which may or may not be a YouTube channel depending on how much I like or dislike this video that I am currently creating, so it may never see the light of day, but if you are seeing it, then welcome to an alternate universe where it does make its way onto the internet. Here we are with Bill Burr from Mandalorian, or of course as he is called in the show, MIGS MAYFELD. We are going to be starting off with him, since I just got him today from Amazon. And he is a fine looking figure, as you can see here, just standing idly. You can already make out some really nice details. Before we get into the figure, let's have a look at the box. Yes, you are at a door at the moment, but this is how the box is. This is one of the last waves with the windowed packaging. I am an American collector, so obviously we get these waves a little bit later on. It takes a little while for the shipments to come on in, but as for these window boxes, which I'm sure we will come to miss in the coming months, this is what we get for MIGS MAYFELD. He has a really nice portrait on the side there, if you'd like to complete your mosaic of Mandalorian Season 1 figures. And on the back, you got your many bios. If I can get the camera to focus there, well, that's its definition of focusing. So hopefully you can work with that if you want to read. You've got your other portrait there. Nothing on the side. Mayfeld fell down. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. Nothing else here too interesting. None of my boxes survive at the end of the day. Anyways, so let's get back to our figure and maybe zoom back in so we can get a good look at the nice crispy details on this fresh piece of plastic we have here. So let's start by going head to toe. We'll start with the hit or miss photoreal technology we've been seeing with Hasbro, and honestly, not too bad. I'm not too disappointed with this. I wouldn't say it's a dead-on likeness, but as I said, it's kind of 50-50 whether it's going to look exactly like the actor or kind of a stylized representation depending on what you're talking about, if they're animated or what. But of course, we have a real guy here, Bill Burr, to reference from, and it looks pretty good. Obviously, he's got a little bit of the shinies going on. He's going to need some dual coat after this. You can bet I will be dual coating this face when this review is done. On the back, his glorious bald head. Nothing much going on there, but you can get a little closer. You can get the eyes, really nice detail there. And the beard is also done very well. It's not sculpted on, it is all printed, I believe. There might be a slight sculpt there, but yeah, I really like the head. It looks good. Again, not dead on likeness, but it works. It conveys Bill Burr through it just fine. Moving down to the torso, which we've already gotten a pretty good look at, it's really nice. You have some really cool little holsters right there off to the side. I feel like they'd get in the way of him firing at his bounties, I guess? I suppose he's a bounty hunter. I don't know. But anyways, on the back, you can see we have a little slot here. We'll get back to that later, but the harness details continue around. You got sort of the brown, you got a little bit of the tan going on, and the undershirt is kind of this maroon sort of thing. It kind of looks like a sweater grandma knitted for him one Christmas. And it's very, very shiny. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. Thinking back to the one episode where he has this outfit, I don't remember if it was like a pleather shiny material or if it was like a dull cloth, but I'd have to rewatch it. But the sculpt work is very nice, almost like a quilted sort of thing going on. Some nice little bumpies in there, nice and asymmetrical, so it looks good. I like that texture a lot. The sleeves, not a whole ton going on, not that there should be. It's pretty much just a standard jumpsuit sort of thing going on there. The hands are the same, got nice gloves going on, both trigger fingers, of course, and you will find out why once we get to the accessories. We'll get to articulation in the end, but when you look at the hands, they both articulate. I guess this is up and down, or is that side to side? Everyone calls it something different, but it's the articulation you want for a gunslinger, so that's a very good thing. Going down to the waist, more holsters, which is perhaps already more holsters than we have ever seen on a single Black Series figure, so that's pretty cool, but it looks really nice. Definitely an homage to Han Solo and a whole bunch of other Star Wars characters. This is very trademark Star Wars / Wild Wild West. Yeah, it's what makes this kind of minimalistic design very intriguing. And you can see the straps kind of go around the back. I really like this design and the new Star Wars designs we've been seeing because they're not just for the sake of looks, but they also look very practical and useful. And here you can sort of kind of predict or estimate how the gravity would hold this entire holster harness system together. And it's pretty cool. You've never seen anything this elaborate when it comes to just straps on a Star Wars figure, I don't think, but looks pretty good. You got some nice pants there, kind of continue that undersuit motif, and also some pretty neat looking boots, I suppose. I really like this texture here. It actually reminds me of the Mandalorian armor, who I will pull out when we do some size comparisons, which are always tried and true for this sort of review. But yeah, aesthetically, this figure is very good. I don't know what else you could ask for. He looks excellent. But of course, the one thing that I'm leaving out and bringing in now are his accessories. This guy has an unholy amount of blasters, more than I have ever seen on not just a figure, but I think a character in a show. So he has not one, not two, but 5 blasters. So anyways, here are the default 4, I suppose. They're all identical. The camera's not picking it up too well, but it's kind of a dark gunmetal. It might just be outright black. Not quite black, maybe just a really dark gray. You got a brown grip over there. There's no weathering or anything like that, but not a big deal when they're so tiny, and you can custom do that if you like. I am a customizer too, so perhaps I'll do some custom showcases, tutorials, or whatever. But all these blasters are great. No QC issues with any of them. Obviously, what you want to do with those is slide them into the holsters, which is pretty much never a problem. So they go into the chest ones, which I think are the most interesting ones. No problem. Those are really good. And then you got to unpeg the leg holsters here. Flip open that flap. Got your same old blaster here and slide them in. So the holsters are really nice down here. My issue, though, is I think maybe my only genuine issue with this figure is once you get the blaster in, it's not too easy to peg those back together. See right there? You got a long peg, and it's supposed to go in that hole. Then the blaster's kind of in the way, so they don't feel like they're meant to go together. I'll try it over here, too. This is the one that gave me the most trouble. The other one, I kind of pulled it off earlier, but yeah, shove it in as much as you can, and try to line up that peg. No, it's a little bit off, but that is fine by me because we could just pull that out, and they fit no problem in the hands right here. So there's one right over there, and other one over here. But of course, we all know that 4 blasters is not enough for a guy like MIGS Mayfeld, so we got to bring in his 5th over here, which is probably the trademark of his aesthetic. That is his shoulder turret or cannon, or it gives off very Predator vibes, I suppose. But I really like this accessory. It's really good. I like how they didn't bite the bullet when it came to articulation. They played it safe, which means it doesn't have not only joints that look too obstructive to the design, but also they're not going to be too loose or too tight. It's just the bare necessities that it needs, which are a joint here and a joint here, and that's about it. It would have been nice if they could figure out a swivel right here, because I think I remember it kind of teetering back and forth on the side of his head in the show, but it's not a big deal. I mean, he's got 4 other blasters, so if he needs to aim to the side, I don't think we'll have a problem. I guess one other minor issue, though it's really not a big deal once you figure it out, is the harness is a little bit off-center from the hole. You can see here we have a non-keyed slot on the backpack. That is the back of it, but it goes right there. It's horizontal, so you have to line it up with the harness, and then you got to plug it into the peg in the back. And once you get it in there, it actually stays on just fine. It's not going to slide right out. It looks really good. And then you can kind of swivel it over. I'm looking that way, looking this way. It just adds a lot more to the profile, which would otherwise just be a bald comedian. Yeah, that's pretty much MIGS Mayfeld aesthetically and accessory-wise. So let's go over articulation, which is pretty standard to what we've come to expect, which is a good standard when it comes to Star Wars Black Series, especially when you look back on some of the old base bodies. I think this is totally new sculpt, which is great. So of course you got the dumbbell joint in the upper head right there, single ball joint on the lower neck, so he gets pretty good range. He gets decent enough up, a pretty good amount down, and a little bit of tilt side to side. So yeah, I don't think you need more than that. It's pretty much what we're wanting from him. For the shoulders, you kind of got swivel all the way around. There's no hindrances whatsoever. For those wondering if the holsters will get in the way, not really. It pushes it out a little bit, but there's no butterfly or anything there for it to obstruct. They can all do 360. You got a single hinge there, and then you got a single hinge there, which comes up to definitely past 90 degrees. You got some swivel as well, so he could definitely do some side-to-side angle aiming, I guess, whatever the hell you want to call it. And then you've got, I believe, up to down wrists with a good swivel. Both arms are pretty much the same, although I have noticed that the hand on the left, it doesn't go up quite as much as the one on the right. I'm not sure if you can make that out. But yeah, you can see that one goes up considerably more than this one here. I think it's just a matter of the sculpt, like right at the bottom of the thumb. It just gets a little bit puffed out, so he can't go quite as far back there. The abs, the chest, it leaves a little bit to be desired, but again, you don't really need that a whole ton, at least not for how I'll be displaying him. But you can do a little bit of side to side, which is, as you'd expect, hindered by the harness. A little bit of forward. Actually, it's better than I thought. I'm kind of just learning this for the first time. Going back, not that great. But yeah, not a whole lot there. Yes, there's no way swivel at all. I feel like they could have gotten that in there. I don't see why not. Is there one? No, it's just those pieces lining up. They're stuck together. There's no swivel in there. As for the legs, you do have a calf swivel on both, which is really nice. Single jointed knees, because they ditched the double jointed quite a while ago. It's 90. I don't think you need too much more than that, though it would be nice if you could get some more crouching poses, I suppose. You could probably get a good amount there. Yeah, you could work with that. And speaking of crouching, I think the highlight of this guy's articulation is the feet, which he does not deserve. Like, look at this. Look how high that boot goes. That is something for maybe a Jedi or something. I don't think I'd see that on a geared up bounty hunter, but that might be the best ankle joint I have ever seen on a Black Series figure. I have never seen better than that. That is MIGS Mayfeld, and he looks really good. So let's set him down, and we'll do a few size comparisons. Of course, you need to get him next to his buddy, the Mandalorian. This is the Chrome model kit version from Bandai. Mandalorian Boba Fett. Mandalorians, they're more chunky, they're taller. They're obviously going to dwarf MIGS Mayfeld. If you want to do crossover history here, just for kicks and giggles, we have Spider-Man. This is the Renew Your Vows version with the Ben Reilly head. That's kind of just my definitive Spider-Man, but he is definitely taller than him. Also, he's a little bit crouched there if we push him in. Yeah, that doesn't give him much more. So for a few little guys, we've got the Child, and then we've got Muck right there. For a big fig comparison, if you want to call it that, we have one of the big old badass Dark Troopers, which I really like. Let me know if you want to see a video of that as well. So that is MIGS Mayfeld. I think all around, pretty much solid figure. I don't think there's anything more we could really ask from him. Again, there's a little bit of wonkiness when it comes to the harness, the backpack, and then especially those pegs on the lower holsters there, but again, not a huge deal. I can live with that. That's MIGS Mayfeld. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if there's any other figures you'd like me to review in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and maybe I will see you all later. So, damn, this video's long. I apologize. This is just a trial here. If it sucks, you'll never see it, so it's not gonna matter. I don't know how to edit videos anyway, so I can't crop out the crap or anything. But anyways, well, there goes his backpack. We'll just leave that to the side for now. Sorry, my camera setup is falling a little bit here. I told you this is going to be very makeshift, so if something goes wrong, we're just going to have to roll with it. But anyways, so you got the peg. My camera's sliding again. My camera setup is falling again, further determining the fate of if this video will ever see the light of day or not.